Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? And welcome back to the channel. So I was on my way to work yesterday morning. I was probably about 3/4 of the way there and had just a little bit of a scare. Happened to look up at my top gauge, which is my fuel pressure gauge, and I had no fuel pressure. So I mean, I was already committed. I was about 3/4 there. I just continued on my way on to work. So once I got there, I did a little bit of troubleshooting, and I thought the FAS had quit working. FAS had quit working on my truck. On the second gen here, I have a older wrapup HD. There is a air dog that is going to be going on the common rail. So what the issue actually was the relay. And you know, I was kind of panic stricken there at lunchtime, you know, more money, and I'm really overspending money right now because of, let's do this, because of everything that's coming out for the dually, and it's just becoming quite an extensive project. So, and I do appreciate, you know, one of the guys' comments, just keep my head up and everything will be all right. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. You're right. In the long run, everything will be fine. I just need to think positive. So once again, thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. Anyway, like I said, I was kind of panic stricken, and I grabbed the fuse here for my FAS, checked it, it was good. Was thinking maybe it was my ECM not giving enough voltage, because these are wired into your factory lift pump plug, which is right down in that area. But what I had forgot, that my relay had busted off, and I tucked it up underneath my reservoir for my clutch. So I was bypassing just the fuse itself, not thinking that, you know, my relay was here. I was completely forgetting about it. So what actually was wrong was the relay was bad. So I have it in there. I'm going to show you how to test these relays and see if they're bad or not. You know, there's some misconceptions on relays. If you just do 86 and 85, you hear it click, it's good. No, it's not. You got to make sure there's no there is continuity between 30 and 87 after you close this circuit. So we'll go in there, we'll take a look at this, and I'll show you how to bypass that. What I actually did to get home then was actually bypass it the right way. This is the hot wire going back to the pump itself, coming out of the relay plug. So what I did was I just made a jumper, and I with a spade into there directly to my battery. Pump fired right up and drove on home then, and was easily taken care of once I was calmed down and figured things out, that this was the problem. Actually, no, I didn't drive home. I drove from there to O'Reilly and bought a new relay. And then, like I said, since that tab was busted off right there, I just basically keep everything tucked up underneath here. So yeah, it was kind of a unnerving moment when I was thinking I was gonna have to spend another, you know, $500–700 for another lift pump. But right now all is well. I drove it to work today and everything worked just fine. So right now let's go back in here in the garage, and I'll show you how you can test your relay for continuity. All right here's the relay that I took out. It's just a standard 12 volt relay, 20 to 30 amp. Just your typical 5-pin relay. These come in 4-pin, 5-pin, minis, 3-pin, just standard relay. This is what comes in the FAS. It's pretty much the same wiring harness for the air dog also. For testing these, I got a couple of leads made up. First thing you want to do, typically pin 30 is your powered pin from your battery, but for testing for continuity, we're just going to use 87 and 86 and 85. And then what you want to hear is that click right there, closing that circuit. So when that circuit is closed, there should be continuity between 30 and 87 then. So that would be these two outside pins right here. So I have my multimeter set here at ohms, and I want to check the continuity between these two outside pins. And there's nothing. If I touch the pins together, there's continuity between the two tabs, or between the two leads themselves on the voltmeter. But between those two, there's nothing. And even between those two. So this relay circuit is actually bad. A lot of people will just, once they hear that click, they'll think that's working and everything is fine. In reality, you want to make sure you still have continuity between your two tabs that you need, and those are 30 and 87 on this. So another thing you can do to check and see if your continuity switch, or see if your switch is working, you can check the continuity between those two instead of doing the click, and you can see there's continuity between that. If you look at all the relays, then most all of them are going to have a diagram on the side. One of the sides, maybe even the top, probably not the top, more than likely it's going to be all the sides. This usually has the part number on it and tell what it is. And then if you look on the bottom of them, all these tabs are going to be marked then too, what they are. Like this is pin 30, 85, 86, 87, 87A. All of those are going to be marked to tell you what they are from this diagram on the side. So I made contact with another guy here locally, actually, for a rear end for the dually, and he's actually the same price as some of the other ones that I looked at. He's right around $1,000, but the only thing I'm not certain of, his is out of a 2012. So I'm not 100% certain if it's actually going to fit my 03. I know they use the AAM still today, but I'm just not sure what changes have been made. I know like the brake calipers are going to be different, the caliper brackets are going to be different, stuff like that, which is not a big deal. If I so choose to put something like that in the truck, when I go get brakes, I'll just get them for a 2012 versus a 2003. The thing I'm very unsure of is maybe some of the mounting tabs, which I would think would all be the same. Just got to do some measuring. My most uncertainty is with the emergency brakes on how they work in the 03. I'm sorry, well, I know how they work in mine, and the 12 and the 8 and up. Because I'm pretty certain that, like I said, the 2008 is the last year that will actually work for my truck. Look here on my truck, both the brake cables, the emergency brake cable is going to come down the driver's side, which is this side here, driver's side frame, and then it's going to cross, one of them is going to cross over to the passenger side, and then one of them is going to stay here. And they actually go through this mount right here, and then they hook up to this tab, and when you depress the brake inside the cab, it just pulls this forward. I did pull the hub off of this side, and you can see that there is no shoe left on there. Pretty much all laying down inside the hub right there. I have not pulled that hub off that side right there. Just kind of going through and taking as much as I can off of this differential. I'm just going to throw it in a scrap pile. I have really no use for it. Stripping some stuff off of it, keeping some of the pieces that I want to keep. Maybe for some parts down the road, don't know. Maybe keep the dually adapters. They run the same rotors. You just take the dually adapters off of the inside where your lugs would actually go. So that's about the only difference right there is where let me chase it around the floor there. That's right there is where one of the bolts are for the dually adapters. So I may take those off and keep them. Don't know. Hopefully the rear end that I buy, I'm trying to try and find something with springs and everything. So on the brighter side, I did get some more parts in today, and that's in this box right here. So I'm pretty stoked to get this opened up and get these on the truck, but I need to get one of those before I can do those. And I got some tools that came in, so those are gonna get unboxed sometime and do a little review on those. That's not the main thing that's coming. The main thing that's coming is the jack over there. So I'm just kind of waiting on the jack to come in before I can do this tool review, because I kind of want to do them all together because they're all the same company. So that is a good thing today, other than, you know, it being just a cheap fix on the 2nd gen, that I did get some parts in for the dually, and I got some tools that come in. So everybody loves new tools, man. I love new tools. And I love the fact that the dually only cost me $15.26, or the dually. No, that's costing a lot more than that. The 2nd gen is only costing me, it only cost me about $15.26 for the relay to fix. So I was pretty stoked on a cheap fix. I needed that. Anyway, pretty much all I had. Just wanted to let you guys know of another scare or incident that I had with the 2nd gen that was actually not a big deal at all, but it's just one of those things that, you know, 6 o'clock in the morning when you're all the way to work and you kind of look up and see I have no fuel pressure, you kind of start panicking a little bit, and then you think you're gonna have to spend another, you know, $500-700 for another lift pump. So anyway, I will be back soon with another video. I do appreciate you guys watching very, very much. If you don't mind, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already done so, and we'll talk to you guys later on. Bye-bye.